Hello and welcome to Google Slides tutorial. I'm Karina, a 5th grade teacher and a Google certified trainer. Today, I will show you how to add word art to Google Slides. At the end of this video, I will provide you with a step-by-step list so you can do it too. Let's get started. Word art is a great way to add creative and fun titles to your slides. To create your own word art, click on Insert, then Word Art. Now type what you'd like to have in this word art. Let's say this is for a reading slide or reading activity. The word art is outlined and turned into kind of like block letters. I can change the font and choose any font I'd like to use for my word art. One tip here is if you don't like any of the fonts that are listed on yours, you can add more fonts by clicking on More Fonts. This will give you a long list of many different fonts. If there's one that you'd like to choose, just click on it and it will add it to your fonts. Press OK. I like that one too. Press OK, and then they will appear. When you click on the arrow, they'll be here. As you can see, I've added a lot of different fonts. Let's try this one, Cherry Cream Soda. I'm going to go ahead and change the color and remove the outline. Now, I can get fancier with this word art. If I go to Format and Format Options, or you could have clicked up here where it says Format Options, you can play around with the drop shadow. The drop shadow creates a shadow behind the letters in the word art. So we can increase the distance and we can decrease the blur radius or increase it, make it blurrier. I can change the color. I can keep it black or make it blue. And I can even change the angle at which it appears. So it can be more behind the text. It can be on the other side, the left or the right. I can have it higher up. I can bring it down lower. And I can even increase the distance at which it shows up. So there's many different options here under drop shadow. Let's take a look at what it would look like with as a reflection. I'm going to go ahead and copy this and paste it. And now I'll remove the drop shadow and I'd like to see it a reflection. With reflection, you can increase the transparency of the reflection. You can increase the size of the reflection. So it looks like it's sitting on a pool of water, right? Make it smaller so that I only see half of it. And I can increase the transparency. And again, I can increase the distance, make it further away or closer to the word art, the original text. Now with reflection, you can see that you cannot change the color of the reflection, but you can change the transparency. So you can make it bolder or lighter. Let's take a look at some other great features. Insert, word art, it's the same process. Now let's say that this is for math. I'm going to keep it Arial. Now I can resize this. I can make it thinner. I can make it wider. Let's take a look. Let's change this color and we're going to keep the outline black. I'm going to make it a little thicker just so that we can see it a little bit better. Now watch all the different things that I can do to change this outline. Of course, I can go to border weight and make it very thick or very thin. Let's go right in the middle. And I can also change the border dash. I can make it dotted or dashed or a combination of both. Here's where you can even add more options to your border. When you click on Format and go to Borders and Lines, we've seen this border color. We can change the border color. We can change the border weight. One thing that I do wish with border color, I wish that we could do a gradient here, but that's not an option yet. You do have to pick a solid color for your border. Border weight, border type. Here's where it gets fun. You can do a double border. Let me zoom in so that you can see that a little bit better. So now you have two. I can change the border type, so 2 lines. Look how cute this looks, right? And I can even change it again, so I have a triple. Hard to see, but you can, as you zoom in, you can see what that looks like. And I can change it to a thick, thin. Zoom in a little bit more just so that you can see it. And I can also change it to a thick, thin. So where the thick is on the outside, the thin's on the inside. How cute. That's not all though. Remember, you can change the type of border it is. This is just a single line. I can make it dotted. I can make it dashed. And again, it's following that type that I used, which was the thick, thin. So I could do a triple. And you can see how the possibilities are endless, right? You can just keep going, and we can make it really thick. Look at this. So lots of different options. And I'll show you one more thing that you can do in your border is the border decorations. You can have more round. Another way to create fun word art is to layer the word art. Let's say this is for a science. I love the font Bangers. Let's use Bangers here. Again, we're going to make this black and no border. So there's one layer. If I copy and paste it and change the color to green, and just by moving it a bit, there, we can copy and paste this, and look how fun this gets. We can inverse it. Let's say I want the black to be on top. I change the order, send to back, and ta-da! Now here's where it can get even more fun. Let's say I want 3 layers. Let's copy one, place it on top, and make it a different green. There we go. So we've got different ways of making that text pop, and it's just by layering it on top of each other. Here are some more ideas. Insert word art. Let's just fun. Another font I love is Bungee. Let me find Bungee. Here it is. I'm going to change the color, but this time I'm going to make it a gradient. Let's make it custom. Over here, I'm going to change it to pink. And over here at the end, I'm going to change it to blue. And press OK. Let's make the outline transparent. And just like that, we've got a real easy and fun font. Now, of course, we could also customize it with borders. I can change this to a black border, make it thicker. Oh, let's make it even more thick. And there we go. Really stands out. By using some of the elements that I've already showed you, remember that you can even change it this way. And see how I'm just pressing Shift just to move it over a little bit at a time. There we go, Shift and the cursor. If I want to move these around and make it easier on myself, I like the way this looks. I can click on Arrange and Group, and now I won't be moving one at a time. I'll be moving both of them. let's say I want to ungroup them. I go to the same arrange, ungroup, and now I can move one and the other. All right, let's just undo that. Again, doing the same thing that we did before, we can just flip this, order, send to back, and just like that. 2 easy ways to customize the word art. Here are some other examples of what you can do to make your word art even more fun. Right here with these 2 letters, the C and the O, and then the O and the L, what I did was I tried to create the appearance of changing the outline to a gradient. Remember what I said before, the outline can only be a solid color. What I did in both of these cases, I'll move this one, you can see that I've got 2 letters. One is bold and one is normal. If you look at the font choices and you find ones that have the arrow, you can choose extra bold and normal. So this right here was Comforta bold, and this one was Comforta just regular, normal. By placing them on top of each other, it gives the illusion that the outline is a gradient. I did it again with the Lifesavers font. So this one is the Lifesavers extra bold. That's the background or the outline, the gradient outline, and the black is normal. For this option up here, what I did, I'll move this. This is the font that I started with, and this is Black Ops. And then I created, let me just move these. I created this in 2 other colors, in the blue and the pink. But what I did is I saved, you can see, I saved it as an image. By doing that, I go to File, Download, PNG, and it downloads what you have here on the slide. Then I cropped it so that the blue was on top and the pink was on the bottom. And I have 2 colors, and I can just put the font on top of it like that. Give it a different background color. I'm going to show you one more. Insert word art. And this one is wonderful. I'm going to pick Arial Rounded. And watch this. I'm going to keep it transparent as my border, and I'm going to go to gradient. This time I'm going to go to custom, but this time I'm going to add gradient stops. I'm going to add several. Let's see. I'm going to move it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 7. And notice that I'm trying to space them out as evenly as I can. If you click on this box, you can change the color you choose. So let's start with red, and we're going to keep this one red as well. And then I'm going to go through the rainbow colors. Orange, then yellow, click on the dot, green, click on the dot, blue, click on the dot, purple, click on the dot, pink, and let's just keep this one pink at the end. I could make it white. I could do whatever I'd like. Okay, now press OK. And I have a gradient that looks like this, but watch this. If I go back to gradient, I go to custom, I keep it linear, but this time I click 180 or 0, have it in the colors of the rainbow vertically. Press OK. Ooh, and look how pretty that looks. Now I'm going to do one more thing to this. Copy and paste. This time I want it to be transparent. The fill color will be transparent and the border will be black. I'm going to make it a little thicker. Ooh, too thick. Let's go 2. And now just by moving it a little, I don't want it to be right on Look how cute that looks. And of course, I could just do it with one color and still it would look really nice. Feel free to take a screenshot of this screen to help you add word art to your slides. If you found this video tutorial helpful, give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Be sure to share it with other teacher friends. Look for me or contact me on Twitter at Mrs. Cousins5. Thank you for watching. Until next time.